Hey guys, it's Dr. George here, and today I wanted to talk very briefly about branding and what it means to me and how it's worked for me. So, bit of a story. When I moved from Byron Bay to Melbourne, I arrived in a city where I had no patient base. Now, for the average GP, if you go into a practice, you can expect that they're going to have some overflow patients, but sometimes you need to actually work to get patients. In particular, patients that you want to hang out with, because whilst I'm really good at pap smears, I'm not your guy for it. I'm really good at gay men's health, HIV and stuff like that. So when I came to Melbourne, I thought, how the frick am I going to get a whole bunch of new patients? So I had a think, and I thought about who do I identify with and who do I want to serve. And in my case, that was a community of men called bears, middle-aged, overweight, hairy, gay men. And I needed to create a brand around that. And so I created a blog and started creating resources for these people, because what I've known about bears is that there is an immediate disconnect between the medical fraternity and the bear community, because doctors in the past have been previously treating them poorly, usually because they're overweight, they're at risk of diabetes, they may smoke, they may drink alcohol. Add on top of that a layer of homophobia, and you have a group of people who hate going to see the doctors. So what I did was I created a conduit between medicine and bears, with me in the middle. And that led to me filling my books very, very rapidly and enabled me to have a good, strong, reliable source of patients and income no matter where I went. And this is why I teach this stuff to, particularly to registrars, because if you have a group of people who will follow you anywhere, you will have an income that will follow you anywhere as well. So, how do you get started in branding? And the first thing to think about is congruency. You have to be congruent, because if your brand says you love working with middle-aged gay men, but when they arrive and find out that you're a homophobic asshole, then you're going to lead to the opposite of branding. You're going to get inadvertent advertising for you, and it's all going to be negative. So the first thing that I would say when it comes to branding is to stop and think, who do you want to serve? What are your passions? Who do you care about the most? And how would you like to help these people? So for me, it was about gay health. How can I best offer gay health to gay men in a way that's going to be accessible and easy for them? And in my case, it was blogs and videos. Say, for example, you have a passion about polycystic ovarian disease, then this is a group of patients who are very frustrated, who have multiple medical issues, and who have had experiences in the past with doctors that have usually been unsuccessful, because we get to a certain point in polycystic ovarian disease and we sort of go, I don't fucking know. So you could be the doctor that goes beyond, I don't fucking know. So when you've decided on that group of people, then the next point of call is to start thinking, well, what do they need? What do they want? What are they screaming for that they are not getting so far? Whether it be resources, whether that be handouts, whether that be videos, you name it, this is where you go to town. You can do online research as well to look into a market if you're not 100% sure about what they want. And what I would recommend is going into forums, also going into places like Yahoo Answers, as well as Quora. These are all places that people go to ask questions, where experts can come in and answer the questions. So if you find that there's common themes within polycystic ovarian disease, why don't you start creating some answers, whether that be a blog article, whether that be a video, whether that be a simple infographic that explains this stuff, and then give it to them. And the key thing is, at the very bottom, make sure that you have some place for them to come and talk with you, whether that be a Facebook page, a LinkedIn page, or your very own blog. And this is something I do recommend, is you should have a blog. Have a home place where you can put all of your resources, and a blog is a really, really great way to do this. So the key points of branding is it's not all about you. It's all about who you want to serve, and then you base your brand around how you're best going to serve those people. So, my brand is basically that I am a gay-friendly doctor who's non-judgmental, no matter what happens. And it has to be absolutely congruent, from the answers you give, to the videos that you create, to the way that the person interacts with you online, to the way that the person meets you in real life. Doesn't always work. For my example of rapid HIV testing, I honestly believed that I was going to be setting up a wonderful resource for gay men. And I did create a wonderful resource for gay men. However, inadvertently, I also attracted a group of people who were very concerned about HIV after having seen sex workers. I've managed to make this into a subset of the brand, but it wasn't intentionally the brand that I went for. It's just that that's what happens with marketing, is you can't always guarantee this sort of stuff. So this was just a very brief video, a brief introduction to how I personally go about branding. I'm really looking forward to talking more about this and marketing and what I do online at the Business for Doctors conference in 2017. I would really love it if you are able to attend. It's going to be a great opportunity for many, many great people to come and share what they're doing online and in businesses as well. And I think this is going to be a very interesting conference. I would love to catch up with you there. Have a great day, and I hope you found this brief introduction a wonderful taster to some great things that are ahead. Have a great day. See you guys.